Welcome back to the Plus Side of Nashville. You know, as I said at the beginning of the show, we often take 3 meals a day for granted. So many of us do. But then there's so many folks who wish they had that opportunity to have 3 meals a day. The organization that is helping to make sure that folks who need and want food get it is the Nashville Food Project. And Elizabeth Langgle Martin, who's the Community Engagement Manager, has been my guest today. And the work you're doing is incredible. You have great partnerships with volunteers, organizations. Talk a little about some of the partnerships that you've had, and I know there's one that you're extremely proud of with your Growing Together program.
Yeah, so our Growing Together farmers, as I mentioned previously, are for our market gardening program. So that's a collection of farmers who came to the U.S., mainly from Burma and Bhutan, with refugee status, and they have incredible agricultural skill. And so they grow produce at a market level and then sell that to the community and to restaurants and to CSA participants. And so one of the really cool things that has happened recently is that one of our interpreters for that program, Lulu, came to us and let us know that there was a great need for fresh produce within the Burmese community right now. A lot of folks that were affected by COVID or had lost work. And so we, as the Nashville Food Project, were able to partner with Lulu and leverage some of our funds to purchase produce from the Growing Together farmers that she then took out and distributed to over 100 families weekly, which is just really incredible because a lot of the farmers are from Burma and have Burmese backgrounds, and so they were growing produce that is culturally appropriate and just life-giving. And then Lulu was able to make sure that those items got invested directly back into that community for folks who are struggling during this time. And so there's just been some really incredible just examples of creativity and resilience that we're really excited to be a part of.
I just love that story. It's just like it's come full circle for that community.
Absolutely.
And just great people working together with you guys. So if someone is wanting to perhaps help, volunteer, what are your greatest needs right now?
Yeah, so we, unfortunately, our volunteer program is temporarily suspended to allow folks within our spaces, our staff, to be able to socially distance appropriately. However, there are lots of other ways that you can still support our work. I mentioned our Growing Together farmers. You can go on our website and learn about how you can purchase produce from those farmers. We have an online system that lets you look at what's available for the week and place an order and then pick it up through a contact process on Saturday mornings. You can also do an olive oil drive for us. We use a lot of olive oil in our kitchens. It's a staple. And so we love for folks to do olive oil drives for us if they want to contribute a physical resource. And then, of course, by liking and following our stories on Facebook and Instagram and continuing to share the work that we do with your friends and family. And then, as always, we can benefit from financial donations as well.
Absolutely. Do you see ongoing, if this is a year from now and we're still dealing with this whole COVID thing, the Nashville Food Project is going to be there because you've been providing food for folks who need it for years now. And how do you see your future?
One of our volunteers said at the beginning of this year, before we even knew COVID was going to be a thing, she said, well, when the needs change, we'll change with them. And so that's where we see our role is what are the barriers to folks receiving high quality, local, nutritious food? What are those barriers and how do we help alleviate that? And so that's always been our goal, and it's going to continue to be our goal. We're finding wonderful ways to foster community even when we can't have close physical proximity. And so if that continues to be a barrier, that's something we'll continue to work to kind of conquer. And so, yeah, we'll still be here a year from now. We'll still be making sure that folks have access to food that they need. And we're thankful for the support of the community, of our donors and volunteers and nonprofit partners and that make that possible.
Well, we're thankful for all that you do too, Elizabeth. Thank you so much as well for being here. And your website?
Yes, it's the NashvilleFoodProject.org.
Thank you so much again. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm Tawanda Coleman. Be safe, and I'll see you next time.